WMSC, the voice of Montclair State, a journey through the past 50 years and a look ahead to the future. Up next on Carpe Diem. What's up, everyone? I'm John Vasquez, and welcome to Carpe Diem. Now, WMSC was founded in 1965 as the voice of Montclair State, and over the past 47 years, the station was broadcast out of the Student Center basement. Francesca LaBianca traveled back in time to capture WMSC at its roots. Let's take a look.
WMSC FM is owned and operated by the students of Montclair State College and is licensed by the Federal Communications Commission to operate on channel 212 at 90.3 megahertz with an effective radiated power of 0.86 watts. Studios are located in the Student Center building on the Montclair State College campus, and the transmitter is located in the New Jersey Public Broadcasting Authority facilities in Little Falls, New Jersey. And now WMSC FM, stereo 90.3, begins regular programming.
WMSC was founded in 1966 as WVMS, the voice of Montclair State.
Radio station came about during my freshman year. There were some exploratory meetings. Ed Helvey at the time was the person who took the lead on that, wanted to organize a radio station. And he had meetings at night where they invited by the bulletin boards students who were interested in possibly starting a radio station. We got together, met, and came up with an action plan, and it all started.
With 25% of the college being commuters, the voice of Montclair State was founded with the vision of becoming another way for students to connect with the student body and the surrounding communities.
It took probably about a year to get everything ready to where we could get SGA approval. And then it took almost 8 to 10 months for it to actually be constructed technically so that we could actually get on the air. And during that time, because we wanted to have some activity going on because SGA was giving us funds, we created a newsletter for the commuters called the Commuter Chronicle that was mailed to every commuter because we felt that they would want to know about what was going on in the commuter area, since they were not going to be hearing anything on the radio station even when we started broadcasting.
WVMS started broadcasting in 1967 on the AM dial. In 1974, it became WMSC and found its home on 90.3 FM.
Back then, the kids really took it pretty seriously, even though, there was a lot of, partying, and, I had an 11 to 1 show on Tuesday nights. So, we used to smoke cigarettes and whatever in the studio at night, and, but in the daytime, it was still very professional. People really took it seriously. It's like, if, there was no missing a show. There was no not showing up for a show. It was, I don't know if it was a lot of peer pressure, but people really took it very seriously in terms of like their responsibility to be on the air. I think the thing I missed most about the college radio days was really the friendships I made at the station. I can always, listen to the music I like to listen to at home or whatever, but the fact that, we had a pretty tight group and, we hung out a lot together, and even though it wasn't open exclusively to broadcasting majors, it was probably mostly broadcasting majors, and it was a pretty tight group with all the other broadcasting people. I really enjoy coming back now to WMSC because really the thing that has not changed has been my love of music and really my expanded tastes in music, and the fact that I get to come back here once twice a month as part of the Back to the Future show lets me share my enthusiasm for music with other people. WMSC, the radio station, sort of saved me was the fact that if you go back to the 70s, toward the late 70s when I started here at Montclair, it was the rise of disco. disco was such a thing. It was a force you couldn't really get away from. But then gave rise to the punk rock movement, which was really a counter to disco at the time, and it was like a life raft to those of us who were like so anti-disco, and be able to embrace that. And that was really the culture at WMSC at the time, was really the embracing of punk rock music.
I got involved with the radio station because I had always wanted to be in radio. I came to Montclair State because it had a very solid broadcasting department. That was something I was interested in, but I was specifically interested in radio. I didn't even realize that Montclair State had a radio station. I was here for a full semester and didn't even know about the radio station. My experience at WMSC is the foundation of everything that I've done. And I've been at WCBS in commercial radio since 1988. And this was my foundation for radio. This was where I first got on the air. It's a place I remember the very first record I played. I remember what I said the very first time I was on the air. This was really the foundation of it. This, and the fact that I had a great background in broadcasting from my professors at Montclair State. My college experience here at Montclair State, this was my foundation. For me, coming back here at WMSC and in Montclair State, this is coming full circle to be able to come back here all these years later, and not only to just kind of be here and hang around, but to be productive and to really be a part of, because I think that's what makes this important as well. WMSC is now a very important part of the university. It is part of the School of Communication and Media. It is a teaching tool. The fact that the university believes in this radio station and believes in the value of this radio station is huge going forward.
10 years after the launch of 90.3, WMSC made a switch and moved frequencies to 101.5 FM.
Time here is 12:24 here on WMSC, and I want to play this PSA about the college radio experience. Well, I didn't get into radio, but radio is a good way to prepare you in life in general. When you're talking on the air, I wouldn't have believed when I first started that how comfortable I would eventually get talking on the air. And communication is the biggest thing in any field of work that you have. So that would be the biggest thing I would get out of radio myself.
Moving into the 90s, WMSC moved back to 90.3 FM in 1994.
The 90s was a funny time. We were like a family. We were in the basement of the Student Center at the time I was here, so all of the major clubs and organizations on campus were all housed together down there. The kids who didn't have families to go home to all hung out and stayed in the Student Center with each other. I didn't end up working in radio, but I never stopped being involved in the music. It doesn't leave you. Even when you leave for 10 years and then when you come back, you're like, oh, this is really what I'm meant to be doing. It's a really important part of it.
There's a sense of camaraderie in the radio station. I sense it here. We certainly had it back when the radio station was founded. You're part of a team, not an athletic team in that respect. You meet great people, and most of the time people who are doing it are really enjoying what they're doing, even though sometimes you have to get up very early, sometimes you're here much later than you'd want to be, sometimes you get a call when you plan on doing something else that you've got to cover somebody else's show. But that's all part of life, and it's a good experience for everything. And you know what? As part of the team, you get to say, this is really great, I enjoy doing it.
Thank you, Francesca. It's so great to see that the station holds such a special place in the hearts of alumni. Now, after leaving the Student Center for new facilities in Schmidt Hall in 2013, WMSC has been a place where students can get involved and gain experience not only for their major, but for their future careers in media. With WMSC as it is right now, here's Jose Cortez.
Jersey. It's 8:09 a.m. on this Thursday, December 3rd, 2015. We're broadcasting live from Cafe DM on campus of Montclair State University.
The voice of Montclair State.
In 2013, WMSC was moved from the Student Center Annex to the third floor of the newly renovated Schmidt Hall. The state-of-the-art studios are equipped with top-of-the-line equipment that are used in professional studios. The studio suite at Schmidt Hall consists of a broadcast studio, talk studio, production studio, and an audio lab performance studio.
And right now we're joined in the studio with Sammy Flesher, who has the latest in sports. Sam, what's going on?
Well, yesterday, the Redskins beat the Giants 20-14. The Redskins held off a late Eli Manning rally to tie the game, or to tie the Giants for...
My name is Sas Kazengwa, and I'm station manager here at 90.3 WMSC FM. So as station manager, you oversee the station in coordination with the general manager, and there's a lot of different components that you do have to be aware of, so it's a big job and one that I'm proud to hold.
WMSC is a student-run college radio station. While there is a general manager in place who is also a faculty member, many of the day-to-day decisions made to keep the station running are done by the students.
So a big part of my responsibilities is overseeing the student management team. We have 16 directors in a variety of different departments: news, web, sports, you name it, we have it. We have executive meetings every week, and so I moderate those meetings and manage all of that and making sure that they are handling what they need to be handling.
The SMT stands for Student Management Team, so they're student managers. It's a team of student managers. To be on the SMT means to work closely with the GM and the school, as well as other SMT members, in keeping the station running and working with the DJs, working with content, working with talent, people who come in, and just making sure that the station is running and making sure that our name is getting out there, especially from promotion standpoint.
An SMT kind of leads people that are interested, for example, in news or sports, towards, creating content for those areas. As a news director, what I do is I make sure that at the station we have CBBs and PSAs that are being read or played by the DJs. We also do newscasts every day at 3 p.m. and where we highlight the most important stories of the day.
Some of the things that I've been a part of at the station that have been big for us includes College Radio Day, which is a big day every year where college radio stations come together and unite and talk about the benefits of college radio and why college radio, the medium of it, is so important and why it's such a big deal and why people need to listen and some of the great aspects about it that make it so great, including creative freedom and the opportunity to really find yourself and get to know yourself and grow and build connections.
In 2014, WMSC participated in College Radio Day, but for the first time held the special honor of being the New Jersey headquarters for the event. The station was the hub of all the activity. They helped facilitate communication and produce coverage for all the college radio stations participating around the state.
So there was a lot of responsibility that I had and that the station had as a whole. And in addition to that, we were doing our 24 hours of live coverage. And so we did 24-hour marathon where we had DJs, special events, special programs, features, interviews throughout the 24 hours that showcased, highlighted a lot of the great things that we do here and why college radio is so important to us.
And that's a huge event for the station as well, because we're participating with all the college radio stations across the country that participate in College Radio Day.
This year, WMSC took on a new challenge. They aired over 50 straight hours of radio as the 30-hour coverage of College Radio Day quickly turned into the 24-hour coverage of Homecoming.
shows why WMSC is necessary. It's vital for this campus and also a great benefit to those who listen.
Happy College Radio Day, we did it!
I already knew I wanted to do something in radio. I've worked in radio before at my community college. So when I came here, I looked into the radio. And as soon as I came in and went to the first general meeting, I was completely taken back by all of the equipment and all of the stuff they'd done. I never thought that I would ever have my hands dipped into so much of this stuff. And I never thought that I'd be meeting so many people who would do that. I noticed that there's a lot more departments like a regular radio station would have.
The best part of being a WMSC member is being a part of a community of people that enjoy doing the same things that you enjoy doing and are as passionate as you are about, be it news, sports, programming, any of those areas. I think it's just that level of passion and commitment that everyone brings into the table. And everyone is always very welcoming, and everyone wants to tell you when the meetings are, how you can join, who to contact. And we're like a family and we all know each other. So it's kind of like, if you come here, we're gonna make sure you know where to go and who to contact and get you started as soon as possible.
Always having some place to go, always having someone to talk to and relate to, and having like a home away from home, kind of.
The best part about being part of WMSC is just really dipping your hands into all of that, and before you know it, you look back and an entire semester has passed by and you're like, wow, I can't believe I learned all of that, and you feel confident in yourself.
I definitely wanted to learn more about media in general, because we do produce media here. We produce news and features and other things that other people are getting paid to do at other stations. And we get to do it here. We have the privilege to do it here by trial and error sometimes.
In order to run a station, you need the manpower, you need people to help support it and to help run it. And so what I love is to see our membership growing. There's so much greatness attached to it, but at any place, wherever you are, of course there's room for improvement. And what I love about Montclair State University and the School of Communication and Media is that they've really developed a strong connection and commitment to WMSC.
WMSC is growing. Since the moment that I got here, I experienced a little bit of, the old WMSC, and now I'm starting to see, in my second to last semester, I have an idea of where it's going to go. And I think it's so exciting.
At the end of the day, this is such a fun experience. It's a great time, and it's a big part of my college life and my college experience. And as I move forward and I think about what did I do in college, what was my experience like, the number one thing that's going to come up is WMSC Radio.
Thanks, Jose. It really is incredible to see how influential the station continues to be. Well, we're going to take a break, everyone, but when we come back, we'll explore where WMSC is headed in the future. Stay tuned.
Ivan, stop. What are you doing? We're fine. Got a phone call. Hello? Ivan, give me the phone. It's not a big deal. Stop. What are you doing? We're driving. We're fine.
Now, WMSC has so much in store as it looks towards the future with the expectation of the new School of Communication and Media. Sam Romano explored the possibilities.
WMSC is currently located in Schmidt Hall on the campus of Montclair State University. But in the spring of 2017, WMSC will find its new home in the brand new School of Communication and Media building that's currently under construction. WMSC's new studios will be located on the second floor of the new state-of-the-art building. There will be more space and more studios, including a fully live recording studio.
The best part about the new building is this newsroom, because we will have a representative of each outlet on campus, and it will have access to wires and different software that would allow us to see news in real time before they actually hit other media.
One of the hopes of the new newsroom is that all of the media outlets on campus will begin to think as a team instead of independently.
So that the Montclarian thinks digitally, thinks about adding audio to its stories, gets that audio in partnership from a production point of view with WMSC, and that they share video projects, and that everything that goes on within the school has this cross-platform approach.
The future is not solely focused on the new building. WMSC is also focused on rebranding from an underground radio station and finding its new identity with alternative music.
Finding an identity that resonated with the campus in the term of music was really important for charting. Charting with CMJ is pretty much, the main thing that college radio does, and that's how the industry notices you. And if you're not charting, no label, no management, no publicist, no artist will really give you the credit you deserve. It's also a way to build a listenership. If you know as a listener what you're going to get, I think you, not being on campus but outside of here, like Montclair, and Clifton and the area, would definitely be more inclined to tune in more often.
When people tune in to radio, they're usually in their cars in the morning. So if we can create content that can assist the community in that type of the day, well, then we've reached our goal, because we've now gotten the community to listen to us, and we've given them what they needed. They tune into the morning buzz and they like what they hear. They'll keep tuning in on their drive home, and then they'll hear whatever content will be in the afternoon or in the evening, which will be that sonically cohesive sound that we're trying to get to right now.
In today's tech-savvy world, radio is now multimedia. WMSC hopes their new website will be integrated with more news, as well as allow listeners to interact with the DJs.
I like to have a schedule where you can click and it's a little bit more interactive. You get a little bit of a show description and a little bit about the host.
One new emerging trend in media is podcasting.
Well, I'm doing a podcast now about issues in digital media and technology.
From Montclair State University and WMSC FM, the latest on technology and media issues and top business headline news, curated by your host, Meryl Brown.
I also am a big fan of creative writing podcasts, which reminds me of all classic radio. I think if we can just get the content to be right, to have creative writers write it and the right production team produce it, you can have a great podcast that can have a following, not within the campus only, but just outside of here too.
One of WMSC goals moving forward is to have more of an impact in the surrounding community.
The hope for the newsroom that we really establish it as a real presence on the university campus and in the larger northern Jersey community, where important stories are being covered in video, audio, and in text form that'll have an impact here at the university and throughout the area. We
covered the South Building and the Feliciano School of Business. Those are two buildings that are not within the School of Communication and Media, but we were able to reach out to them, and they were very happy with the work we did. So we can keep stressing that we're open to all schools and all students. We can get more coverage out to the school, and we'll have a bigger presence on campus.
I see us as being more inclusive and a recognized entity within the university.
WMSC is a place where students can find their career path, and the station only strives to continue to do that in the future.
I was undeclared at the very beginning of my freshman year. Joined the radio station, got involved with the sports team, and in January I was a sports media and journalism major.
You're listening to SMC Sports Radio on 90.3 FM.
Being a part of, my sports show that I have, other sports shows that have been on the air, sports broadcasts, that's helped me declare my major. As for my career, it's basically now set in stone what I want to do, and that's what WMSC did for me.
I came into the station as undeclared, and I was able to find my major. I was able to find my way at the station. So it doesn't matter what you are. You can be a psych major, a nutrition major, a business major. It doesn't matter. WMSC is a place where you can discover who you are as a person. And that's what I discovered.
I hope that the station will be a reason for high school graduates to look at MSU as an opportunity, as a college, and as their future.
The school and the administration are not the only ones with goals for WMSC. The students have their own aspirations for the future of the station.
Well, I'd like to see the station get to that sonically cohesive sound, obviously. I mean, we've seen radio stations like WSOUSC in Hall and WPSC at William Patterson. Those are some stations that have a lot of backing and a gigantic radius because of the content they have. That's the goal, obviously. I would assume WMSC has, because we have a great school, a great staff. Why shouldn't we also have a great radius as well?
My goal on future students is to take, what I've learned here, give it to them, and then see what they can do around with it. I remember Kat told me one time that when she set the standard for producing sports broadcasts, she said I exceeded the standard of producing sports broadcasts. I want somebody to do that when I'm gone.
About a month after I started my job here at WMSC, I got a very nice letter from founder Ed Helvey, in which he was very happy to receive me and tell me the history of the station and how he went about forming this great club at the time and how exciting this was for him. And I was very excited to hear his excitement about what was to come for the station, but also I was very moved by some words he said. He said, this was my dream, so take care of my dream, expand my dream, foster it, and just baby my dream, and I wish you the best. And I only hope that I can serve him right when I'm doing the next few things I have to do.
And for now, WMSC concludes its broadcast day. WMSC is operated by the students of Montclair State University and is licensed to operate on channel 212 with an effective radiated power of 0.86 watts. WMSC is broadcast on 90.3 FM and streams on the web at WMSCradio.com. Our transmitter is located at the New Jersey Public Broadcast Facility in the borough of Little Falls. Good day and good night.
Guys, as you can see, WMSC has come such a long way from the basement of the Student Center to the third floor of Schmidt Hall to now the new School of Communications in spring of 2017. If you would like more information on this or any other episode of Carpe Diem, you can email us at the address on your screen. That's carpediem@mail.montclair.edu, or you can also call us at 973-655-5158. For Carpe Diem, everyone, I'm John Vasquez. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.